I'm just gonna put this at the start of the video. I have a TikTok now. Yeah, I just opened it. It's brand new. It's fresh. I've just made it. I've got a couple videos on there. So yeah, it's the same Loudmouth Canadian. Go up there, follow, subscribe, comment, let me know. All right, let's get into the video. We are back. Had exams all week. Had been studying. There was no new videos. As you've seen by the announcement at the start, I have a TikTok now. I'll be making some videos for there. Quick, easy to do. Gotta be more often there. Still gonna upload as much as I can here. If you're watching anime, you know that Bleach is going off for a break. Chainsaw Man's going off for a break. So all we're left with is, My Hero and One Piece. I think Vinland Saga's are going to restart soon, so we're going to have that. Mob Psycho finish, so can't do that. But I'm going to find other stuff to do content on, so not to worry. There will be other stuff to do content on, not to worry. But yeah, welcome back. One Piece episode 1047. Let's just go straight into it. You know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's just dive straight into the video. First off, we start off with the fight with Zoro and King Zoro and Sanji versus Queen and King. The lieutenants of Luffy and Kaido respectively, and they're just carrying on their beef, carrying on their fight. Zoro's all healed up. Sanji's still beefing with Queen over his identity. And this episode is more of the what's we're looking for. It's just showing what the Straw Hats are doing now, because each one has sort of won their respective fights, so they're just showing what they're doing now. Of course, we still have Zoro and Sanji having their fights. We have Luffy who's trying to get back up to the top. So yeah, it's just sort of like a mini sort of update on the whereabouts of each member, right? So as we continue the fight, we see reinforcements are arriving on the base floor. These are, some of Kaido's men. They're not pleasurers. They don't look like to be pleasures or smile users, but they're just there for, numbers, boost up numbers. They're the fodder of the group, if you will. And so Hirogoro and Kawamatsu, they vow to, stop them from interfering. Because it may be the numbers are even out, but they're still outnumbered. So they're there to help deal with the fodder. We go over to, let's say, Frankie. He's finally beaten Sasakibe. For all this time, he was calling him Sasakibe, sorry. So I apologize for that. And now he's just left with the henchmen. Luckily for him, though, Beppo and the rest of Lord's crew, they arrive and start dealing with the thugs. There's a little interaction between Beppo and Frankie. It's kind of funny. Beppo's calling him trash, Beppo's calling him idiots, moron, and you can tell it's just like a thing. It's just a rub off of when hanging out with Law, how Law treats Luffy. It's just rubbing off on Beppo, and now Beppo's sort of doing that to Frankie. So it's a little funny scene. That's it. We go now to the second floor, where you have Nami, Usopp, and Tama. They're riding on top of Speed. They've been doing this for a couple episodes now. I forgot where they're trying to make their way to, but they are just trying to avoid as much people as they can and try to get to, I believe, the performance floor. I believe so. They come across a big crocodile smile user, where the head of the human has been replaced with the entire body of a crocodile. It's not nice seeing them. It's not very nice. What happens next is Usopp, while they're riding on top of Speed, is launched at the crocodile smile user. And so Nami and Tama, they see this as he is biding them time so they could continue on the journey. But this is no way, shape, or form the case. Nothing whatsoever. He just fell off and he managed to hit the crocodile smile user. So Luffy, Usopp's panicking. They're going off without him, but he is just at wit's end. He doesn't know what to do. We go up. I think we go up for like one floor. Law and Kid, they're still fighting against Big Mom. If you remember, Kid is being subjugated by, not Hawkins, what's his name? It is Hawkins, sorry. It is Hawkins. Hawkins has this devil fruit which allows him to substitute other people's lives for his, so he doesn't die. And currently Kid is being affected by this, right? So he has a stab wound, and so he's starting to feel the effects of, blood loss. He's starting to feel a bit tired, and Big Mom's not letting up. She actually releases a burst of her conqueror's haki. Good job to Laura and Kid, because they didn't pass out, they stood up to it. But just below them, all the thugs that were just about to beat up Usopp pass out, and Usopp uses this and says, "Oh look, my conqueror's haki, this is who I am," and he intimidates the guards, and he actually sways some of them to his side. But Usopp's been doing that since Dressrosa. That's why he has such a big bounty. That's why his nickname is God Usopp. So yeah, it's nothing new. It's a quite little funny scene. This is what I like with One Piece. They know how to bring like the comedic effect, but also tone it up with the most serious moments. I like it. It's a very good thing. We check in. Nami, he's talking to Frankie, just saying, I know everything's under control, but I'm worried about Momo and Luffy. We haven't heard much. All we know is from when Momo gave the speech. But Frankie said, listen, it's fine. It's going to be good, but we just need people on the performance floor because the numbers are starting to build up. So meet me on the performance floor so we can help the others. We go now to the third floor. Brooks is carrying Robin, because remember from her fight, she beat Black Betty, but she was, may I say, brutally handled. Go back to watch my video on that one. She was just brutally handled by what's her name? Black Betty. There we go. So he's carrying out. The place is up in flames. He doesn't know what to do. Luckily for him, he meets up with some minks, and they tell him about what's going on with Jinbei. Now we go to the fourth floor. There's many floors, there's many things, as you heard me say before. It's sort of like an update video, just saying where everyone is. So we go to the fourth floor, and Jinbei and one of Kid's crew, they're now fighting off some thugs, right? Just the usual fodder, nothing much of a challenge. Jinbei's already beaten Who's Who a couple episodes ago, so he just fighting them off. He gets a call from Brooks, who update him on the situation. And so now Jinbei's thinking, okay, cool. The question is now though, if Luffy's been defeated or thrown off the edge, who is keeping Kaido busy? That's when we go up to the top. We see that Yamamoto, she's trying her best with Kaido. She's trying her best, but we all know if it's one-on-one, Kaido never loses. And Kaido, he gives Yamamoto his props. Yamamoto, God, I'm gonna keep saying that, I know. He's saying that you've gotten stronger, but when he's gonna start realizing this is not gonna end how you want it to end. And so Kaido is confident that Luffy is dead. He's so confident. But Yamamoto says, look, there's still hope. Luffy's gonna come back. I'm just gonna keep you busy until that happens. She fires off what's called a Narikobura arrow. And just like a shot from her mace weapon. But Kaido reflects it like it's nothing. The fight continues. That's where we leave off. From the preview of the next episode, we're going to delve into sort of Yamamoto's backstory and what happens from there. Okay. We now go to the treasure repository. Jack continues his assault. Because remember, he's fighting off the minks. Specifically, Inuyasha. He's the dog mink, nicknamed the King of the Night. No, the King of the Day, I believe. And he is reaching his limit. He's broken down. He's barely in it right now, if you can say those words. And during which he has a flashback to when Jack first attacked. Jack took his leg. Jack decimated his kingdom. And so Jack makes this point of, look, I came here before and I beat you. What are you going to do now? Next happens this great scene. I really love this scene. He says that they've been preparing for this since Odin died, and he grabs his chunk, throws him out the window. It's sort of like a judo move. It's so sick. I really love this scene. Very good scene. When they're outside now, Jack is caught off guard because now that they're outside, Inuyasha could transform into his Sulong form. If you remember, minks all have their own Sulong form that they could all transform into as long as there's a full moon. Sort of like a shonen tribute to werewolves, you know? And so now Inuyasha's got some strength in him. He can fight against Jack. We go over now to Carrot and Wanda. They are woken up by Sicilian. He's like the lion mink, part of the guards of the Mink Island. And he wakes them up. Paraspell wakes up as well, just as Nekomamushi arrives. Remember, Nekomamushi is the king of the night, I believe. And he is, between him and Inuyasha, they look after Zoe. He arrives in order to get revenge for Pedro. This was during the whole cake art. Pedro sacrificed himself, allowing for the Straw Hats to escape. So what happens is, he's talking, Paraspell's like, oh, you're still remembering this guy. He killed himself, he took my arm. Don't worry, I'll take care of you, Minx. Yeah, Nekomamushi remembered that. He transforms into his Sulong form. And before we get to anything, we see Raizo fighting Fukurokushu. And this last bit, this last bit, we are back on land. Luffy's looking for Momonosuke. He finds him, but as this giant pink dragon. Is where it's revealed Shinobu used her devil fruit to mature him up, to make him grow him to the, you know, a big enough age to where the dragon will be a big enough size to bring him to the top. And that's where they vow to get Luffy back on top. And that's where the episode ends. It's as you can see, it's very quick stuff. It's nothing I would say too stand-out-ish. It's all just quick snaps of, okay, here's Frankie, okay, here's Nami, okay, here's Brooks, here's this person, here's that person, here's this person. And I guess it's just a way to sort of break it up between the big fights. But it's just quick, nothing major to eye in on, nothing key to focus on. It's still an okay episode. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the TikTok, let me know what you think. And I'll see you in a minute. Peace.
From this moment on, I'll show you the creation of the new world.